For all Paris Saint-Germain's success in the current market, a black cloud still looms over the Parc des Princes. Kylian Mbappé, the talismanic face of the Qatari-funded operation and French football's brightest light, is stalling on a new long-term contract. And with the 22-year-old entering the final 12 months of his current deal, this is a huge problem. That would be devastating for PSG, considering they paid Monaco a colossal €145 million for Mbappé only 4 years ago. Since then, he's gone on to score 132 times in 171 appearances, claimed 4 more Ligue 1 titles, reached the Champions League final and won the World Cup. Yet with rumours swirling that he has eyes for Real Madrid, Mbappe's Parisian love affair could be coming to a bitter end. If that happens, the money involved in signing France's number 10 will be astronomical. Any deal in the current window will still find its place in the record books, while Mbappé will know he can command unprecedented wages next summer as a free agent. So what are the numbers involved in signing Kylian Mbappé, and who has the pockets to bring him in? Let's find out. At full price, Transfermarkt currently values Kylian Mbappé at a staggering €160 million. This is unsurprising for a forward who has achieved so much at just 22, but Mbappe's contract situation complicates the matter. With uncertainty over his future, any potential suitor could hunt for a relative bargain, just as Manchester United have engineered with the £34 million signing of Real Madrid star Raphael Varane. It's therefore no surprise to see the Football Observatory place Mbappe's current value at between €90 to €120 million, less than the likes of Phil Foden, Pedri and Frenkie de Jong, and equal with the Chelsea pairing of Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, all players on secure long-term deals. There have been reports that PSG would listen to a fee at the top end of this estimate, with RMC Sport claiming that his price has been set at €125 million. Though considering Chelsea managed to command €115 million for a 28-year-old Eden Hazard also entering the last year of his deal, PSG can demand a little more. The Athletic have speculated that his real price tag is beyond the €150 million mark. After all, Mbappe's importance to the PSG project cannot be underestimated. In the era of Qatari ownership, Le Parisien has become a commercial powerhouse, now the 7th highest revenue generator in world football, with a Forbes market value of a staggering $2.5 billion. As the biggest star in French football, Mbappé has been pivotal to their growth. In 2019, PSG sold 1 million shirts for the first time in their history, with Mbappé and Neymar attributing to 80% of those sales. That year, the young French forward sold 5 times more shirts than his compatriots Paul Pogba and Antoine Griezmann. Nasser Al-Khelaifi outlined how Mbappé has become something greater than just the domestic game, telling L'Equipe, "It is Paris, Kylian's country, and he has a mission, not just to be a football player, but to promote the French league, his country and the capital city." There is also the added complication of the Qatar World Cup in 2022. With PSG the flagship product of the Qatari sports investments foray into European football and Al-Khelaifi on the competition's organising committee, losing him potentially for free on the eve of the tournament risks causing huge embarrassment to the Qatari ownership. In the words of Spanish publication Marca, it wouldn't say a lot for PSG's standing if they can't even prevent a local player from walking out the exit door. Unsurprisingly, Al-Khelaifi has delivered some fighting talk when it comes to his talisman's future. The 47-year-old recently made his opinion known to L'Equipe, stating, "I will be clear, Kylian will be staying in Paris. We are never going to sell him, and he will never leave for free." So it would seem Mbappé is priceless to PSG, but in football you just never know. As if it becomes obvious that the young Parisian won't be staying, they may have no choice but to listen to an offer. One thing working in PSG's favour is the general lack of appetite in the current market to pull off a deal of this magnitude. In England, links with Manchester City have been surprisingly scarce. Meanwhile, Chelsea, a side who pursued the Frenchman in his early teens, appear to be focusing their attentions on Erling Haaland. In fact, the strongest British link comes from Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp has never shied away from praising the 2-time Ligue 1 Player of the Year, with Mbappé in return being hugely complimentary of the Reds, calling them a machine back in May 2020. Add to that his close relationship and Nike partnership with LeBron James, a minority owner of Liverpool via Fenway Sports Group, and there are clear foundations for a transfer. However, like all clubs across Europe, money is tight at Anfield. The club have been focusing on raising cash by selling fringe stars like Harry Wilson and Marco Grujic, plus have a Gini Wijnaldum-shaped hole in their squad that needs filling first before smashing their own transfer record on Mbappé. That leaves Real Madrid as the Frenchman's obvious next step. It's also absolutely no secret that the Spanish giants want him too. Similar to Chelsea, they first tried to capture him in his early teens, and then again in 2017 when they reportedly had a €160 million offer accepted by Monaco. But with Mbappé harbouring reservations over game time with the World Cup just a year away, he chose PSG. This time, Los Blancos president Florentino Perez will be determined not to let the French phenomenon slip from his grasp. Real Madrid's financial situation, however, does complicate the matter. Following the collapse of the potentially lucrative European Super League, Perez told Spanish radio station El Laguero it would be impossible to sign Mbappé. But a recent review of Los Merengues' accounts by The Athletic suggests this might not be the case. Like all clubs, the pandemic hit Real Madrid hard. They had just started a €600 million renovation of the Santiago Bernabeu, while the loss of earnings over the 2021 campaign left them with a €300 million hole in their finances. But unlike Barcelona, Madrid managed to swiftly adapt to the situation. Last summer, they raised €100 million by selling youth prospects like Sergio Reguilon and Achraf Hakimi, and slashed their wage bill through the loan and permanent departures of Gareth Bale, Luka Jovic and James Rodriguez. And the squad quickly accepted a 50% pay cut, whilst also foregoing bonuses for the 2019-20 La Liga title and Spanish Supercopa. It meant Madrid managed to keep their ratio of salaries to income at 57%, below the 70% recommended by UEFA, while they announced an impressive operating profit of €300,000 at the club's AGM last December. Their relatively healthy accounts, plus the injection of cash from the sale of Varane to United, has triggered new belief in the Spanish media that Mbappé can be signed this summer. However, The Athletic claims that while they will make inquiries in the coming months, sources close to the club have resigned themselves to the fact a deal in this window verges on impossible. The most likely scenario will be a move for the Frenchman in 12 months' time, when all the power will be in Mbappe's hands. Kylian Mbappé will know becoming a free agent could be an incredibly lucrative decision. According to Forbes, as of 2020, he is already the fourth highest paid footballer in the world, earning over €35.5 million per year in salary and personal endorsements. That works out at €480,000 per week before tax from PSG alone. L'Équipe in France claimed the Qatari-backed superpower are willing to up his base salary to a whopping €580,000 a week in order to keep him at the Parc des Princes. But The Athletic believes that might not be enough. Mbappé is rumoured to want the same rate as Neymar's bumper new contract in Paris, which guarantees the Brazilian €36 million per year before tax, plus mouth-watering incentives if they win the Champions League. It was reportedly these demands that put Manchester City off their own pursuit of Mbappé. Real Madrid, though, are capable of digging deep when it comes to wages. Gareth Bale is the club's top earner, taking home €680,000 per week before deductions, with Eden Hazard not too far behind. The fact the Welshman's contract expires next season means there will be a handsome vacancy in Madrid's wage bill for Mbappé. The French superstar will also know too well that they just handed David Alaba €450,000 per week after the Austrian ran down his own deal at Bayern Munich. Should he do the same, Marca in Spain believes the former Monaco man will demand to be Los Blancos' top earner, hitting the €700,000 per week mark. And these numbers don't account for the agent fees and incentives that will be required too. 4 years ago, PSG paid a teenage Mbappé a €5 million signing on fee, and any new contract will require substantially more. What's more, a player of his status is capable of demanding various additional perks before any contract is signed. Such special requests aren't rare in football either. Barcelona reportedly agreed for Neymar's entourage to be flown over from Brazil every fortnight when signing him from Santos in 2013, while PSG added the same associates to their payroll 4 years later. And when Samuel Eto'o agreed to join the big-spending Russian outfit Anzhi Mahachkala in 2011, the Cameroonian demanded his own private jet, as well as becoming the world's best-paid player. According to German publication Der Spiegel, Mbappé asked for similar treatment when initially signing with PSG. The teenager reportedly asked for use of a private jet for 50 hours a year, and required €30,000 per month to cover the cost of his personal staff, including a bodyguard and a driver, the only clause the club agreed to. Who knows what the 22-year-old will demand next? If and when Mbappé leaves PSG, there is every chance a 5-year contract for the Frenchman could be worth north of €200 million. Add in an improbable €120 to €160 million transfer fee this summer, and the numbers continue to soar. For all we know, the French superstar could end up staying in Paris, or at least sign a new deal allowing for a feasible exit down the line. Should that day come, it will go down as one of the defining transfers of our generation. So that was our investigation into the numbers behind signing Kylian Mbappé. How much would you pay for him this summer, and how much do you reckon he's worth in wages per week? Let us know in the comments down below. Let us know what you want us to do next on the channel, and make sure you're liked and subscribed to Euro Football Daily with that notification bell switched on. We'll see you next time.